Welcome to today's workout. I'm going to link the equipment that I'm using in the description box below, but know that you can also use Bodyweight for this routine. Make sure that you're listening to your body so that you know when to modify and when to challenge yourself. Let's get started. We're going to begin with a warm-up. For bodyweight squats, separate your feet wider than the hips. Reach your arms out. Exhale, bend the knees and the elbows and squat down as you're pulling your arms down. Then make sure that your toes are pointing out and your knees are pushing out the same direction the toes are pointing. Keep the chest lifted, brace the abs, and push down into your heels. All right, take your hands onto your hips. Take your toes in and let's fold and twist. So arms out, fold and twist, tap your shin back to center and fold and twist. Yeah, just adding a little bit of a rotation here, releasing the lower back and hamstrings. Release your hands down and let's transition to lunges. So face one side, 1 foot forward and back, and bend your back knee. Come down and up. Keep pushing into your front heel to stabilize. Chest up, back to center, and face the other direction. Same thing on the other leg. Bend your back knee. So you move straight up and down. That front knee should not go past the toe. So try to aim to keep it above the ankle. Face back to center. Take your feet in, arms out, Frankenstein march. Kick your toes up. You don't have to touch your toes with your fingertips, but you can aim there. The main point of this little exercise here is just to open up the hamstrings. So continue and face center. For fire hydrants, take one knee at a time, in and out. Draw a big circle with your knee. Good, opening up the hips. And let's reverse the direction of the circle. This time go out and in. All right, release your hands. Bend your elbows, separate your feet a little bit wider, bend the knees, and torso twist, side to side. Little rotation in the spine. Back to center and a few shoulder rolls here. And we're ready. First exercise, we're going to squat with a side raise. So take the band, if you're using it, right above your knees. Separate your feet. Squat down, lift one leg up, squat down, other leg lifts. Keep that foundation with your feet just outside your hips when you squat, and shift your weight back into your heels when your hips go back and down. Then feel the tension, the resistance of the band as you lift your leg up to the side slightly. We're getting our outer hips here with that little leg lift. And we're aiming for full range. Hips come down to about the knee level. Really targeting the thighs and the glutes. Keep your chest up. Brace your abs hard to maintain your posture. Next exercise, one-legged glute bridge. Make your way down onto your mat. Keep the band exactly where it is. For this one, we're going to do a little bit of a combination of our moves. So watch closely for the first one. We're going to take our ankle, tap the ground, knee to chest, heel up, and then pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reset, and again. So ankle tap, knee in, heel up, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and continue. Alternating legs each time. Make sure you're driving into that bottom heel to lift up the hips and really load the hamstrings and the glutes for that bottom leg. Of course, if this doesn't feel good for you in this set or just in general, you can always have both feet down and just pulse your hips down and up. All right, moving on. Next exercise, we have a sumo squat with a calf raise. So come up to standing and separate your feet very wide, a little bit wider than the squat that you had earlier. From here, squat down as you lift up, shift your weight into the toes, and lift your heels. Yeah, so we're going to come down slow, up, and heel raise. And continue. And this move, we, especially with the heel raise, try to have it very controlled. So don't just give in to gravity and just kind of drop your heels back down. Like really resist gravity, resist the band. Your knees are going to want to cave in, especially with the band around your legs. And your job here is to continue to push your knees out, resist that tension on the band. And that's how we can really challenge our legs. And of course, remember that you can always do these exercises body weight. All right, next exercise, reverse one-legged tabletop. So keep the band above the knee, come into your reverse tabletop position, and we're going to tap the hips down and lift up. One leg is up, one leg is down. We go 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. Now, in order to really recruit your glutes here, you must lift the hips up to the knee level. All right, so really drive and dig that bottom heel down as you thrust your hips up, all the way up to the knee level. Then you're going to really start to feel it here. You got it. Make sure that bottom knee stays in line with the ankle and your wrists stay below the shoulders. All right, come up to standing. Next exercise, we're going to move into a goblet squat, heel lift, and then one squat, optional hop. All right, so the band stays above the knees. Your feet are going to be just outside the hips here. All right, so that heel lift and hop, and heel lift and hop, heel lift and hop. And of course, if you don't want to hop today, feel free to just stick with the heel lifts, or you can even just keep your heels down and focus on the goblet squats. So again, listen to your body, do whatever works for you. Just make sure that you keep moving. So that's the number one goal, is to keep moving and targeting our legs for this workout. Almost there, just a few more seconds. And set up the next exercise. We have rainbow glute kicks. Come down onto your elbows and separate your knees hips distance apart. Take one leg out to the side 45 degrees and then draw a rainbow with your ankle, taking the toe up and over to the other side. We're going to do 3 rainbows on each leg and then switch to the other leg. So take the toe out, tap the ground, up and over, tap and over. That's 1. Tap and over. That's 2. Tap
and over. That's 3. Switch legs. To isolate the glutes, brace your abs, push down into your elbows. Keep this strong foundation so the spine stays in a neutral position. We don't want a back bend here. And then really isolate the movement right into the glute muscles.
All right, go ahead and come back to a child's pose, a little rest. Our first set is done.
All right, set number 2. Let's set up the squat side raise. Take the band above the knees, separate your feet right outside the hips. Squat down, side raise. Squat down, side raise.
So since this is the second set, you know what's coming. So this is your chance to maybe take it to a different level or modify and adjust. And try to center yourself in this exercise, especially with the side raise lift. Aim for the center of the chest to be inside the big toe. Stay strong. Chest is still up. Full range here, hips way back and down.
Moving on, one-legged glute bridge. Set it up on your back with your feet hips distance and make sure the band is above the knee. Sometimes it tends to ride up, so reset it back right above the knees for this one. When you're ready, one leg extends, ankle tap, knee to chest, ankle up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Drive down into that bottom heel and squeeze your glutes.
Good. If you ever do need a moment of rest, here you can always just take your hips down to the ground, just take a moment and then get right back into it. Again, continue to listen to your body at home. And the good thing about these videos is we can always do them again another time and take it to a different level each time. That's how we get stronger. All right, hips down. Sumo squat, calf raise. Make your way to standing. Separate your feet super wide. Heels in, toes out. Squat down, heel lift. Squat down and heel lift. Good. We're aiming to target our inner and outer thighs here and our calves. When you lift your heel up, engage the quads just a little bit more for stability. Really focus on pushing the knees out, resisting the tension of the resistance band.
Keep the tailbone tucked and abs braced so the lower back stays in a neutral position.
Again, you can do this whole workout body weight, as I've mentioned before, but if you don't have these bands, I really suggest trying them out. They've been really great. I've had them for a few months now. I got them from Amazon, and they really take my workouts to the next level. All right, moving on. Reverse one-legged tabletop. Get it set and pulse. 3, 2, 1. Switch. 3, 2, 1. Switch. So you can touch down with your hips after each rep, or you can keep your hips slightly hovering so you stay engaged. Focus on that hip thrust. Hips come all the way up to the knee height. At the top of the move, tuck your tailbone under as you squeeze your glutes. And this is going to turn them all the way on.
Moving on, goblet squat heel lift with a squat hop as an option. Get it set with your feet just outside the hips, band right above the knee. If you haven't already, you can go ahead and begin. This is the second set, so I know you guys know what to do. Squat heel lift, squat optional hop. Squat heel lift, squat optional hop.
And if you are doing the hopping option, make sure that you land with your knees bent. So when you land, you're kind of already squatting down, going into the next rep. Good. Fire up the glutes. If you had any weights at home and you wanted to intensify this, you can always hold weights here right at your chest.
Moving on, rainbow glute kicks. Band is above the knee. Come down onto your elbows. Knees under hips. Toes out to 45 degrees. Draw the rainbow. 3 and over. 2 and over. And 1 and over. Switch legs.
Again, I mentioned this is one of my favorite glute exercises. Just feel it in all different areas of my glutes, and really the bigger you make the movement, the more you're going to feel it. You can see I switched the band out to a different color. The bands actually came in a 3-pack with a light resistance, a medium resistance, and a heavy resistance. So this one I think is the medium resistance. I wanted to make it a little bit more challenging for myself. That's what I love about these bands is you can pick the one that works for you and you can switch it between the different exercises. All right, rest. Child's pose, take your hips back. Let your spine round for just a few moments. And set number 3. Squat side raise, get it set. And let's go. Squat, side raise. Squat, side raise. All right, this is the third set. This may be where we start to get a little bit tired. So reset your form, chest up, abs in. When you lift your legs up, make sure that you return them back to where you lifted them up. You're still in this squat stance with your feet outside your hips. Stay strong. And how far can you stretch that band? How low can you get in that squat? How much engagement can you get in your glutes? One-legged glute bridge. Make your way down. Extend your leg, ankle tap, knee to chest, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, other leg, ankle tap, knee to chest, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, this is it. Lift your hips up, right? Make that pulsing motion big, full range, all the way down, right above the ground, and then all the way up as high as you can get it. When we lift one leg up, we put more weight and more load on that bottom leg, challenging our legs even more. Sumo squat with a calf raise. Get it set. Feet super wide, heels in, toes out. Squat down. Heel raise. Squat down. Heel raise. Push your knees out. Drive your heels down and engage your quads as you lift them up. Take your time with this one and really focus on each muscle that you're recruiting. Now, when the feet are a little bit wider, we have more room for our knees to bend. Can you get a little bit lower? All right, reverse one-legged tabletop. Get it set. And here we go.
3 pulses on each leg, lifting that opposite leg to load the bottom leg and the glutes even more. Now remember everything we talked about. Full range, taking the hip all the way up to the knee level, tucking the tailbone at the top of the move to isolate the glutes.
Keep it going. Give it all you got.
I know I was definitely feeling this right here. And if you are too, make sure to give the video a thumbs up to let me know. Moving on to the goblet squat heel lift with that optional hop. Band above knee. 3rd set, let's go.
There you go, guys. We're getting it. We're getting stronger in our lower body. You made it this far. So keep it up all the way to the end. Make every single rep counts. Continue to push your thighs against that band. And remember your options here. Remember, you can always take out the hop if you want to. You can always add weights. Rainbow glute kicks. Saving the best for last. Come down onto your elbows.
Take your toes out and go ahead and begin. Draw that rainbow. Now in the last set, we usually start to get very tired and our form goes south. So keep that long spine, brace your abs, tuck your chin, and make that rainbow as big as you can. Rock solid in the glutes. Focus on not only bringing the toes over, but up and over, and up and over.
Child's pose. Take your hips back. Great job. All right, you made it through the workout. We're going to take a few minutes to work on mobility. So come up to standing, and for a quad stretch, bring one ankle towards your hips and hold on to it. Try to keep both of your knees below your hips. And switch. Now I'm balancing here, but if you're at home, feel free to hold on to a wall or a chair. And release. All right, go ahead and step back into a low lunge. Drop your back knee. Make sure the front knee is in line with the ankle, and then circle your arm up, back, and down. We're going to do that a few times. So make sure the arm that you're moving is the same side as your front leg. So if you have your right leg forward, your right arm should be moving. Now take it back to a hamstring stretch. Just straighten out that front leg. And if you need to come up a little bit higher, take your hands onto your hips or fingertips to the ground. You can also, again, hold on to a chair or a wall here. Just keep your back straight. All right, return back into a lunge and then transition to your down dog. Bring your body into a V shape and try to push a stretch into your calves. And take your opposite leg forward, drop your back knee down, low lunge, and circle your arm up and back, up and down. Hamstring stretch, shift back. Again, you can stay here or take your hands somewhere else if you want to lift your chest up a little bit higher. All right, rebend your front knee, plant your hands, and take it back into your downward dog. Lower to your knees. Transition to a seated position. Bend one knee and take it on top of the other leg. Squeeze that leg in. And rotate towards the outside of the thigh. Right, so you're going to feel a stretch right into the outer hips here. So this should feel really good after all the glute exercises we did. Extend, bend the opposite knee, and twist to the outside of that thigh. Very important to keep your spine straight as you spiral back into a twist. Come back to center, release, and you're done. Thanks for working out with me today. Let me know how you feel in the comments below, and also feel free to ask any questions or post any suggestions for future videos. If you did have fun, make sure that you share this video with your friends so you can do it together, and hit the subscribe button so you get more videos. See you next time.